So guys, in this video I'll be discussing about the AMD Radeon Wattman, a new software by AMD, and how to set up it. So first of all, I'll describe what the Radeon Wattman is for. Well, Radeon Wattman, which was first introduced in Radeon Software Crimson Edition 16.6.2, is a power management utility that controls the GPU voltage, the core clock, memory clocks, fan speed, and the temperature. Radeon Wattman provides performance tuning and monitoring of GPU behavior, enabling the ability to fine-tune your gaming experience for different applications. The requirements for Radeon Wattman is that Radeon Wattman is supported only in the AMD Radeon R7 260 graphics series or higher. It is not supported in the R5, R3 or any series which are lower than R7. So it is recommended to always use the latest compatible driver for your GPU when configuring Radeon Wattman on a Windows setup. So let's set how to configure the Radeon Wattman. First of all, open the Radeon settings by right clicking on your desktop, or you can find search in the Windows, or you can open it manually from its directory. Open the AMD Radeon settings, then after opening it, go to the gaming tab, then go to the global settings of the global settings. Then in the global settings, you can see here global Wattman Radeon GM Pro Duo. It's my graphics, so you can see here this option. Then read and accept the terms and conditions which are provided. Read the terms and conditions properly, as because it is clearly saying that AMD product warranty does not cover damages caused by overclocking, even when overclocking is enabled via AMD hardware or software. And there are more notices which are made by this terms and conditions. So first of all, please read it carefully and then only accept it. Then after accepting, you can begin the customizing the Radeon Wattman settings. First of all, I wanted to note you that in the AMD Crossfire configurations, Radeon Wattman settings must be applied to each GPU in the system. You can select each GPU by clicking the GPU tab as highlighted. You can see here. And if after configuring the primary GPU, the options under the tab for the remaining GPUs are displayed grayed out, you can see that you may need to wake up the GPUs, then only you can go for the complete setting of the Radeon Wattman. This can be done by cycling between the tabs. Okay, let's move on to the next step. I will tell you only the clock frequency control and the memory frequency control setup, as because I already set up these settings. The settings which are included in the Radeon Wattman are clock frequency control, memory frequency control, voltage control, temperature, fan speed, power limit, and histogram. From all of these, I only set up the clock frequency control and the memory frequency control, and it really improved the gaming experience. I am facing a best gaming experience ever I have seen by the AMD graphics. I only set up the clock frequency control and the memory frequency control, so I'll tell you those only, as because I don't want to take any risk or hear any type of negative comment from you that I have set up this. So I already set up these two settings only. I have set all the other settings on the default. So let's go on to the clock frequency settings. Here you can see, here in the clock frequency settings, you have to enter this, you have to set the value to this fixed this is the optimum settings of the clock frequency control. Here you can see their frequency megahertz is for state 1 610, state 2 910, state 3 1075, state 4 1145, state 5 1190, state 6 1235, and state 7 300. The usage control must be the voltage control, mega voltage should be auto for all of the options. So let's move on to next one. The default mode for frequency curve control is this. You can set it by yourself by watching this. Here you can see the that I have set it on the 0. Here it's on the 0%. So I prefer 0% only, as because giving a heavy load on the RAM and the graphic card may give you negative consequences. So I have set only 0, and it's giving me a better gaming experience. And there are basically two type of clock frequency control that can be adjusted in different ways. First one is the simple frequency curve control, and second one is the dynamic frequency curve control. I have set it on the default, as you can see there. Now we'll move on to this is the simple one. This is the default mode for the frequency curve control. Now we'll move on to the dynamic mode for GPU frequency control. Here you can see these are the same values I've already entered in that for so I've already set it up, the dynamic and the basic with the same settings, so it will be balanced while we go for game, and not the profiles will be balanced and all that in all the time while you are gaming. And the okay, so let's go to the memory frequency control. Here you can see the memory frequency control. The default, the desired frequency is the 2000 megahertz. I have set it my own. I will show you in the next slide. This is the default mega. This is the settings which come already when you go for Radeon Wattman, and this is the settings that I have changed to my according to my needs and the gaming. I change every settings for every different game. Example, for Assassin's Creed Origins I set for different states, and for different game for Far Cry 4 I go for different states. These all depend on the graphic load and graphic GPUs that your games need and supports for that. So this is all about my memory and frequency control. The next settings, the voltage control, temperature, fan speed, power limit, and histogram are already set on default, so I suggest you to don't change them, because they are the best. They are the best settings. They are the best there. Or if you want to go for them, I cannot stop you, so you can go for it. But I prefer don't take risk, go for these settings only. These are the best settings. So this is all about the Radeon Wattman settings, how I set it up. And thanks for watching the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe.